we're hoping to get here in any minute now. We should be getting a phone call from Chris Rix, former Florida State quarterback. I didn't go to high school with him, and he played at Florida State for several years. He started 4 years actually down there. He's going to give us a little insight of what it's like to play Tallahassee as a starting quarterback, a young starting quarterback for a team. Give us a little insight into what's going on in Hank's head.
Okay.
There's always the size differential. There's always the size differential from one of the Power 5 conferences, especially down there in Florida. I'm sure in the trenches it's going to be that's going to be where the game's won and lost.
Yes, indeed.
Chuck has an interesting insight on that because he played both sides of the ball in the trenches. Chuck, what do you think we could see? What do you think we're going to see today? And just what was that like, getting a chance to play on both sides of the ball, down there where it really counts?
Well, you get the full picture when you play both sides of the ball. Offensive line, very, very technical. D-line, you're more of a dog. So what we got here today is we're going to see the Florida State's D-line, who I'm sure is a bunch of dogs, versus our O-line. So we got to be technically sound. I mean, if you remember Oklahoma State last year, that was a rough one. Their D-line got after us a little bit. So O-line has to hold it down today.
Yeah, that's one thing I was explaining to John earlier was that really the difference in Power 5 conferences and a team like Boise State is, we get a good solid dog of a D tackle, a nose guard. We get one of those rolling through like just a game changer type of guy,
Yep.
like every 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
They stand out here at Boise State, and at a school like Florida State, they got 4 of them stacked up on either side, on left tackle and right tackle, D tackle. They got just guys waiting in the wings, redshirting, that would be making waves in the Mountain West for sure. So, you played with a guy like that in Jarrell Root. That guy was just a bowling ball coming in the middle, as were you.
Yes.
That's what you said during the spring game when we had you on briefly, which is still getting edited, by the way. And those are going to come out as like little YouTube stories, Or we're going to have little specials. We're just trying to create as much content as we can,
The whispers of the podcast.
Yeah. So, John Hanigan, how are we looking? Oh, okay, here we go. We got Chris Rix on the hotline. We're going to see how this goes. Hello, this is Jason Turner on the Bronco Alumni Show. Is this Chris?
Jason, good morning, brother.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you, man?
We're good. We're up and running. We're streaming live on YouTube as we speak.
All right.
Say hello to the Boise State and all the Florida State fans out there, please. Introduce yourself.
All right. Good morning, Bronco Nation. And, of course, good morning to my Knoll Nation. Beautiful day to kick off college football.
Yes, it is. This is Chris Rix. He played quarterback at Florida State. He was a year younger than me at Bishop Vermont High School, class of 2000. Also played at Santa Margarita down there and had a very, stunning career at Florida State. He was one of the top athletes in his class coming out from Bishop Vermont at the time. And, man, just give us a little insight of what Hank Bachmeier might feel going out onto Florida State's Tallahassee Stadium and playing in front of that home crowd. What do you think that's going to be like for him?
Yeah, Jason, talk about change of scenery for Hank Bachmeier. It seems like a few months ago I'm working with him and covering him in Southern California at Murrieta Valley High School in SoCal. Just a senior last year.
Wow.
For those that don't know, Hank is not a redshirt freshman, especially Florida State fans that think maybe this guy's had a year under his belt and he's been able to redshirt, like a lot of quarterbacks do, like I did behind Chris Winkie in my freshman year at Florida State before starting as a redshirt freshman. This kid is a true freshman, was just in high school a few months ago. He did graduate early and had spring at Boise State, and he's had summer and fall camp, but still has not had a full year under his belt, still learning, and he's gone from prep football in Southern California up to Boise, and now he's in the South and football country, playing at Bobby Bowden Field at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee at Florida State. The place is going to be rocking. And really the big test will be, can he keep those nerves under control early in the game? Because anyone who's watched film of Hank or seen him play, let alone talk to him, he's got a lot of fire, a lot of passion. One of the things I love about Hank Bachmeier, he's a competitor, and I think he's going to be good today. But when that crowd comes out and he sees that big defense and he takes that first hit, it'll be welcome to college football, and then everyone will see how he responds after that. There will be adversity today for him, but I think there'll be some success for Bachmeier today as well because he's prepared and he's a competitor.
Wow, thank you, Chris. That's some amazing insight from your perspective as a young quarterback playing in hostile territory. Man, it must have been quite the learning experience coming up for a year under Chris Wanke, man. Can you elaborate on that? What's Chris like, man?
Yeah, I mean he was a pro. He was 28 years old, I believe. You see, he had played baseball, Major League Baseball in the farm system, and then came back to Florida State to finish his football career. He had committed to Florida State and Bobby Bowden out of high school and signed with Florida State, but then went on to play Major League Baseball at I want to say 18, 19 years old, and then came back nearly a decade later. So he was very mature, very professional. So I was able to learn a lot from him during that redshirt year, my first year of college, to help prepare me, along with Coach Mark Richt, the longtime Georgia coach and Miami coach, who many people know. If you've seen the movie Facing the Giants, he's also a movie star. He was the one who recruited me really to Florida State, along with Bobby Bowden. But it was Mark Richt who really I built that relationship with. And I learned a lot from Coach Richt, from Chris Wanke in that freshman year. But again, that next year, I started, my first game was a road game, but it was at Duke, Wallace Wade Stadium.
Yes.
There might have been 20, 30,000 people at that game. There's going to be nearly 80,000 today in Doak Campbell Stadium. What a stage for Hank Bachmeier to start his college career in. It's going to be memorable for him. But again, there will be challenges. It will be loud. It'll be hard to communicate things to the offensive line, especially on the perimeter outside. If you're doing an audible, if you're doing the cadence, that fan base at Florida State is going to try to make it very hard for the true freshmen to be comfortable early.
Chris, I just wanted to say again, it was great. It was great running into you last week down at the old high school. We were all gathered there for a great cause. Coach Salter, Coach Burns, we've all kind of established ourselves on this committee that's dedicated to raising money for Paul Reyna here at the university and at the high school as well. I talked with Coach Salter last week, and he had this great idea, and I'd just like to announce it now. We are going to start promoting a fundraising campaign centered around $95 for number 95, meaning we would like to take a minimum donation of $95 dedicated towards the two known, one known and one soon to be Paul Reyna Athletic Scholarship Foundation or endowments. We're still working out the details, obviously, but I just wanted to ask you to share your thoughts on what that was like coming down to dedicate, because Chuck here, that's live in the studio with us, walked by that plaque in the locker room every day, every game, and tapped it on his way out to the game and played his butt off,
Yes,
and
sir.
so just bring a little bit of attention to that. What was that like going down there and seeing all those guys?
Yeah, that was special, Jason and Chuck. You have some of the perspective as well, and playing for Paul. Jason and I were very privileged and blessed to play with Paul Reyna at Bishop Amat High School, and then Jason spending time with Paul up in Boise, and we'll always remember him. And I think that was evident last week for anyone that was there at Bishop Amat for the 20-year anniversary of Paul Reyna's passing. And it was just so great to see some old faces and see everyone be one heartbeat and coming together to be with Carolyn, to be with Ryan, Paul's sister, to be with the Reyna family, the Guzman family. Remember Paul, share stories about Paul on the field, off the field, and now looking forward to really helping establish something, a legacy for Paul,
Yeah,
and
something
bring
that's
awareness
worthy
to,
of him. That's going to honor him like it
exactly.
should.
A Paul Reyna Memorial Scholarship, to where young men and even young women can do some of the things that Paul did at Bishop Vermont, at Boise State, and help be a catalyst and give them that opportunity with scholarship assistance, financial assistance, and really believing in them as people did for Paul Reyna and what he was able to accomplish on and off the field. It was special, and I
He was
believe
a
our best
special
days are
person.
ahead.
Yeah, and he was a special person, no doubt. So, well, Chris, I want to say thank you very much. We have to wrap up this interview. We got another one coming in hot from Tallahassee. So I want to thank you for your time, sir. Always a professional and a gentleman. And everybody, say hi to Chris. Say thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you being on the show.
All right, Jason, Chuck,
buddy.
and crew, it's a pleasure to be with you guys. Enjoy the game today. It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
All right, we'll see you next time, buddy. Bye.
All right, guys.
Wow, what an interview with Chris Rix. That was phenomenal. A lot of insight there, guys. Thoughts?
Chuck, you any thoughts?
Hey, that was a good one. That was a good one. I'm curious here. I need someone to paint a picture, though, of Florida State for me. You know, I just want to know what's going on the field. What's that like right now?
I don't know if we can get on the field, but we can get maybe in touch with our man Ellis Powers, who's down in Tallahassee right now.
Oh, there we go.
He might be in the stadium by now. Let's see if we can get him
The
on
man on the scene,
Yeah, let's see.
general admission down there, so he's got to elbow his way into his
Hey,
seat.
that's okay. Should be tailgating right now.
Let's see. We'll see if we can get him on the phone.
Well, he's calling him here. Well, I guess we'll give a little backstory here. I'm not too familiar with Florida State. Their quarterback, I believe, started 2 years ago, lost his job last year. He's back as a starter.
Ellis Powers. Ellis Powers. This is Jason Turner, my co-host John Hanigan, and we got in the studio today Chuck Hayes. We were calling to see what the scene was like down there in Tallahassee.
Man, great atmosphere. 7 minutes to go. We just did the national anthem and got all that stuff out of the way. Great place to be right now in Tallahassee at Doak Campbell.
Are you in
the almost full?
Sorry, excuse me. Are you in the stadium now?
Yeah, I have a sideline pass to the game. So I'm right on the field.
Okay. You're doing it right, sir.
No general admission for you, sir.
No, alumni, they took care of this game. So I'm excited. Guys look fired up and ready to play.
Okay, Ellis, could you please paint the picture for us right now as you are seeing it, man?
Let us know what it's like.
I know.
I will do the up in the picture.
So EP, is it full right now? How many fans are inside there right now?
Man, it's a nice turnout here. I'll say we got at least, I'll say 5,000 to 10,000 people here. Boise State fans. You know, we definitely showed up blue and orange on our side of the stadium. They're louder than the Florida State Seminole fans here, so it's gonna be a good one. I hope everybody's tuned in because I think the boys got something special in store for us today.
Due to the last-minute changes, are you expecting a sellout for this game?
I don't know. It gets pretty full here. There's a couple spots up in the corners that's open, but it's getting there. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting there.
Wow.
Ellis, you're on the sideline now. Take us through the mood of the team. What do they look like? What's the energy around them right now?
Like I said, these guys are fired up, ready to play. The change in venue, I don't think affected these guys at all. They know they have a big task ahead. I think they're ready for it. Guys are running around, flying around. Hank looks ready to go. He doesn't look nervous at all. So hopefully they got them pregame jitters out the way. They come and get these guys in about first play.
Okay.
So, how was the trip, Ellis? How did that affect you?
So I had to cancel my flight to Jacksonville and book to Tallahassee. So Hurricane Dorian threw a monkey wrench in my program, but
Okay.
I was supposed to enjoy my whole Labor Day weekend here, but I'll be headed back home on Sunday, to get away from this storm that has come.
Yeah, it definitely caused some concern. I'm glad they handled it early instead of everybody getting caught in a storm. That would have been horrible.
Yeah, but it's been good. I don't regret it a bit. I made my flight. Everything's here. I'm just excited to see these guys go.
So any notable players that are down there with you right now that made the trip? You want to give some shout-outs?
We have one of our first-round draft picks, Kyle Wilson, is up here.
Okay.
We have Alex Guerrero, myself, a lot of the NFL guys that were supposed to come couldn't make it due to the storm and everything. So, but I'm sure those guys are watching. They just couldn't be here, with us on the sideline.
Okay, Ellis. If there's anything else you'd like to add, go ahead. But we're going to let you get back to enjoying yourself and I just want to say we really appreciate you giving us a call and giving us some of your time down there and just, man, soak up every minute of it. And we'll talk about it later this season when we have you on the show in studio.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys. The guys are coming out now. Just want to say go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Hey, yeah.
All right.
Cheers, bud. Go get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our first two back-to-back call-in interviews. I think they went pretty well. Chuck, I'm glad you were here to witness that, but now we're here to focus on you, man.
Oh, on me?
Yeah, history was just made, man. How do you feel about that?
That was great. I'm jacked for this game.
I
right
know,
now.
man. I can't.
I'm jacked. And I just remembered that I played arena ball for one season, and my roommate was Xavier from Florida State. He was a quarterback over there.
Oh.
Yes, chiseled athlete. Yeah, let me tell you that.
They're definitely recruit prototypes over there.
Yes.
For sure.
Man, dreadlock monster, but I'm excited for this one. This is a turning point for our program right here. Another turning point,
Okay.
Well, Chuck, I have a question for you. You know both sides of the line very well, I'm
we
told?
went over this already, but,
we
can do it. We can review for John.
I have
Play
some
D-line,
questions
play
for him.
O-line. Okay, shoot.
Okay, what do you think about the O-line? Did he ask you about this year's O-line coming back?
This year's O-line coming back, they got some guys that can play. I think last year some of those guys were fresh, they were new. Now we're bringing some guys back. I think we're going to finally find our consistent trend that you've seen in O-line of the past.
Okay, that they're going to protect this young quarterback. That's a tall task there, but make him feel comfortable.
You don't have a choice right now. I think everyone knows on the team, hey, we got a young buck back there. We got to do everything that we can to make sure he's comfortable.
All right, well,
now coming back for our D-line. What do you think of the D-line this year?
Oh,
I know, they got some fellas.
they got some hungry guys.
Yeah.
They got some hungry guys. They got some guys under the radar. We might know their name, but no one else does. And, this game being bumped up, that keeps them under the radar. Those guys got to stay hungry all year.
Okay, Chuck, big road games. Boise State is known for them, basically, right? Coming
Yes.
into your house and giving you our best shot.
Well, if you talk to anyone in the South, they'll say that it's a neutral site. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't claim their house being us traveling 9 hours to get there.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. That'd be giving us too much credit, Chuck.
Too much.
But I just wanted to ask you, what do you have in your memory banks for some big road games that you played in your career here? Opening the season, first game of the season type of games. I remember in my years, we traveled down to South Carolina. We played Arkansas a few times. What about your experiences in big road games early in the season?
Oh, man. I think there's two games that stand out. That's Virginia Tech and, of course, the Georgia
yeah.
Bulldogs.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Going down to Georgia, though, that was the best of the best.
Please elaborate.
First of all, first thing I think about is Chick-fil-A. 'Cause I know that's what we got after the game, is Chick-fil-A. But no, going down to Georgia, we get there a couple of days early so we can see we saw Georgia Tech, which if you've never seen Georgia Tech, it's a beautiful campus, rich in tradition as well. We practiced there. It was a great time. But then we got to play in the Georgia Dome.
Oh, man.
It was loud. It was very loud.
I think about as loud as it's in Tallahassee right now.
Yes, but then it got quiet,
I bet
really
it did.
quiet. And that was the best moment of our lives, I feel like. Just being able to talk to each other in a whisper on a field, it's just great.
In a big stadium like that?
Yeah.
In hostile territory?
Oh, yeah. And that game, it wasn't even over before we looked over and said, hey, guys, we got this. We're going to win this game.
Did you get some bitter comments from the stands as you guys were exiting the field that day? Or was it respectful?
It was respectful.
Really?
I think when you come back to the West Coast, you're only going to find fans talking to you from Oregon, Oregon State. Those guys talk to you a little bit. Fresno, of course, but going all the way out there, they just don't know who we are.
Yeah.
So
I remember in my experiences going down to Arkansas and Louisiana to play La Tech back in the day. Was the Southern fans from the South? They had the best sense of humor and used to talk the best trash to us. Like it was like, oh, he got me, or like because they had jokes basically is what, and it was respectful. It was like jabs, nothing too dirty or nothing like that. But man, out here on the West Coast, especially when you head down to Fresno, and that when we gave them that just crushing defeat when they were ranked 7th, 8th in the nation that year, we got beer thrown on us. People were throwing change, flicking pennies, like just dumping trash on us as we were walking through the ropes on the way out of the stadium. It was just total disrespect, man. And that's how come you just dislike that team a lot of the time, at least when you face a team like Florida State, Georgia, Virginia Tech. When you win, they will at least give you some respect.
yes.
But not Fresno, not that night. It was all hate.
Hey, speaking of respect, I have a question for you, Chuck. We got a 1-1 here against Florida State. They're supposed to come back next year to the blue turf. Your thoughts on that? Are they actually going to come make the trip here, and are we going to see them live here in Boise, or are they going to buy us out?
I think after the game we can go ahead and ask them, hey, is this going to be cash or credit? Because they're probably going to cash out. And I don't think we're going to see Florida State come here.
No, I don't think so.
I don't
either.
think so. We've had this talk early this week. Teams will bail out so quick.
That seems to be the prevailing opinion.
Yep.
Everybody I talk to.
Oh, Chuck, now that it just popped in my head, did you guys play this week, Timberline?
Yes, we did. We played Mountain View. Guys played tough. Came out with a loss, though.
Oh,
we
man.
0-1.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah, it is. Long season, 8 more games left.
You guys got a good squad this year. You got a young team, got an experienced team. How's it looking?
You know what? We got a fresh team, a new team. There we go. Big run right here.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Kicking it off.
Hey, run the ball down their throats.
The game has started
Here
officially.
we go.
I think that answers some of the line questions right
Yeah,
off the bat, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, protect the QB, right? He's new. Let's run the ball, guys. The
Yeah.
whole team knows.
We'll see who's got the depth. That's where it's going to come down to.
We checked in last night on the Capital Boise game. One of your former teammates, coach over there, Joel
Yeah,
Root.
Joel Root,
Run
yep.
that hard.
They got a big
2-0.
win.
They got a big win against Boise High.
There's a lot of former Broncos
Yeah.
coaching on that team. We got the former place kicker Nick Kalaikai, Andre Banks, the wide receiver, former offensive lineman Rob Vine, and Jarrell Root. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a squad. That's a good set of coaches, if you ask me.
Well, just to match that up, Timberline, we have Bo Martin, Dustin Camper, we have Terrence Hall, and we have myself. Chuck
Okay.
Hayes, yeah.
Nice. And when do you guys take on Capital this year?
Funny you say that. Saturday at DLP. Next Saturday. Come on down.
Yeah,
That's
I think
a
we might
morning
have to
game,
show
correct?
up for that
That's
one.
a lovely morning game. Just like right now, 11 o'clock.
All right. Well, we'll bring coffee.
Okay, there you go. It's a high school event, so thanks.
Irish coffee.
Oh, man.
So, what about you, Chuck? What do you got going on? Anything else you want to promote? I mean, the show's about you right
I do want to
now.
promote right now that I am a part of a league called the Treasure Valley Women's Football League, Flag Football League here in the Valley. We just made the news on Sunday. We had our championship Sunday. There's about 6 teams in the Treasure Valley that play from all over. Good move right here. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. We
Go
are moving the ball.
Broncos.
We got great plays going on right now. If you guys can't catch the game right now, this is great. We're moving great plays right now. Great plays. Play calling's awesome. But yes, we got a flag football league for women only, 8-on-8, and it's if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see it on there. CH5, that's the TVWF, and there's a lot of games on there. Play about 3 games.
CH5?
C Hayes 5.
C Hayes 5.
Yep,
Okay.
that's my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Just
Don't
the
mind.
number 5.
Yeah, just number 5. Ooh, we are pounding the rock right now.
Well, if you're listening to this live, you already know that it's we're on the Bronco Alumni Show. That's the name of our YouTube channel.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
We are at Bronco_show on Twitter and Bronco Alumni Show on Instagram.
And we are live on YouTube now, but we're going up against a Boise State game, so
Yeah, I'm not sure how well that's gonna go, but we're just gonna let it ride.
yeah.
Hey, it's cool. My
Watch this
Facebook
later.
feed says, hey, no one has ESPN News right now. Oh, turnovers.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Turnovers will kill you on the road. Turnovers and special teams today.
Oof. That's a
Well, Chuck,
That's
let's
a-
get back into. Are you a founder of this league, the women's?
Oh, I'm not a founder. I am not going to claim that. I believe this has been around the league or around the valley for a long time, about 6 or 7 years. What we're doing right now is help organizing it a little bit better. That way we can continue to promote it, and hopefully our goal is to get women's flag football in some of these high schools. I do think that's a really popular sport in other states. For girls and women that don't play basketball, soccer, and kind of have a little more aggression to get out, I think football promotes all body sizes, and it's a great sport. It's a really great sport. And all the women that we have right now love it. Like I said, we have 6 teams. Every team has about 24 women on it, so it's a great time.
And can anybody
That's
sign
awesome.
up?
You guys come down to Suds after the games quite often, or
We
what?
play at Settlers Park out in Meridian, so sadly, and we have a lot of moms on the team,
Oh, yeah.
so we got to go home with.
Well, I just want to take this moment to plug our #1 sponsor, Suds Tavern. We're down here quite often if you want to catch us around happy hour. We bump into Chuck Hayes all the time. It's a great place to catch a game. Also, we're doing a ticket giveaway today during this game, before the end of this game. People who are listening to the show live in the bar and that are watching the game will be able to enter into a draft to win tickets for the Marshall game next week.
Seats to be determined.
To be determined. We got the blue collar plan, so that we'll get the email tickets like 2-3 days before the game, and we'll forward that to the winner of the draft. We're also, and then next week we'll be giving away at the Marshall game tickets to the Portland State game. So you guys are going to want to come down and check that out too, because we got a lot of big programming in store for you this year, and you're not going to want to miss that Portland State game. I want to tell you that right now. So, back to you, Chuck. Thank you. I sorry to interrupt you there. I just had to throw that out there. We've been caught up in this game and those phone calls early, and we're still getting better at this. And I don't know. What do you think, man? What do you think about those ticket giveaways? You think we'll be able to get some people in here if we're giving away some tickets?
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
We are. People are coming. They're on their way.
They're on their way
They're
now?
on their way. They're just waking up a little bit.
Okay.
We're not used to these early starts,
No, definitely not.
Adversity for the fans here.
Seems like everybody's out of whack here with the moving up the game 7 hours here.
I think we're used to the 8 o'clock start. Now we're like, hey, guys, wake up at 10 o'clock. Now we're like, what the heck
Yeah.
is going on here?
Yeah, the fans are confused. Not in Tallahassee, though. They're not.
My cat was confused as I was leaving this morning so early. Listen, boys, you staying on, Dad?
Well, I saw you commenting yesterday. You're going to start pre-gaming at 8 o'clock. I figured you'd be awake.
Oh, yeah, I was up. I wasn't pre-gaming now. I'm smarter than that now. I'm 30. I'm 30.
Oh, still a youngster. Still a youngster.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You don't feel it?
Ah.
You look it, man.
Oh, man.
Still got that twinkle in
Oh,
your
it's
eye.
because I'm a vegan.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I'm not sure I believed you.
A vegan today for the next 4 hours. Just drinking beer,
Colorado Kool-Aid.
Oh, yes. Speaking of which, did CSU lose that game last night? Did they?
I did not catch the game.
Colorado
we were at
State?
the high school game.
I'm an anti-Colorado guy, if you guys didn't know.
We were supporting the local players
Okay.
on the high school level.
Where were you guys at?
The Capital Boise games.
Okay,
So, yeah,
nice.
That was
Yeah.
There's a couple good games last night. Nampa and BK was really surprising. I don't know if anyone caught that score, but it was 40-20. Nampa Bulldogs.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be the real deal this year. You never know with high school football. It's any given Friday night. Really.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, for sure.
I think that's one of the fascinating things to me about high school and college football, as opposed to pro football. How quickly from game 1 to game 2, game 2 to game 3, how much better a team can improve at those levels.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's just like our show. It just improves every iteration. We come back bigger and better every time. I mean, it's unstoppable, really, when you think about it. So don't try to stop it. That's a warning.
Oh, we have we got 4 viewers now, so we're moving on up here.
what?
We must have riled somebody out of bed. Somebody just
Oh,
woke
so
up.
you took it out of private mode before?
Oh,
you-
it's been in public mode the whole time. We're
Oh,
live
nice.
on the camera. I think we're about 30 seconds, minute delay. So,
Okay,
Okay.
but yeah.
that's awesome.
Chuck, is there anything else going on besides the women's football league that you do here locally? Any causes, anything you're involved in you want to talk about?
I mean, that's probably the biggest thing, and we're just now getting out of that so I can transition my time into Timberline High School football. So I don't like to get wrapped up in too many things. I'm a guy that likes to keep it simple. If
One
I
at
can
a
give
time?
you 100%, I'm going to give you 100% and then move on to the next project. So today when you got me the text, I'm not doing anything. So, yeah, let's go. I can give you all I got. 100%.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you become involved with that football league, the women's football league? Were you asked to be in that, or were you?
My girlfriend was asked to try out on a football team and flag football team called the Oilers. I went to their practice, and being a football guy myself, I'm not a I want to do it all type of guy, but at the same time I was like, hey babe, we can make our own team. So
Oh,
sure
there you
enough,
go.
we made our own team. Had about 8 girls out there, and if you ever played 8-on-8 flag football, you don't want a total of 8 girls. You may want to shoot for numbers of 15 to 22, because girls do get tired. Any player would get tired in that situation. But we had a rough 2 years. This is our 4th year doing this, so we had a rough 2 years this year. We ended up on top. Girls were in tears. They've been trying this for 4 years, and it was a good time. It was that moment in sports.
What are the age groups? Is it any age group? Or
We
what?
have our youngest player that we've had was 18. That was last year. And the oldest player that we have, won't mention any names, was 48 this year.
Oh,
48,
really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Still getting after it.
Oh, still getting after it. Every player is getting after it out there. You can be a newcomer. We had about probably 27 newcomers. They were all ages as well. I think their oldest, and the oldest newcomer was probably about 46. And they were out there just getting after it.
So, Chuck, I want to tell you a little bit about something that's been going on behind the scenes of the show since the last time we saw you at the spring game. I've been editing audio, and I really focused in on the story that you told and about JP Nisby eating a bunch of tacos at the San Jose game one year. Okay, and it's also like inspiring one of these fundraising events that I was talking to Chris about, because we're going to start doing fundraisers through the show to raise money for the scholarship foundations and other charitable foundations around the valley that, guests like you would be able to focus our energy towards. So one of them I want to do is like kind of like the hot dog eating contest in New York, but I want to do it taco. I want to do tacos instead of hot dogs. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
pretty popular here.
Because there's a lot of good audio of you talking about everything that goes into a taco on that, and there's going to be a theme song featuring Chopped and Screwed Chuck Hayes advertising the taco bar. I mean, you made me want to go to this hotel in San Jose and eat tacos at it, Chuck. That's how good you described this thing.
Man.
So I just want to throw that out there and say thank you very much. We have a lot of big things in store for our Bronco alumni that take care of us. We'll try to take care of them. So maybe we could raise money for equipment for your team, or they could get together and choose a charity they want to donate to, or something.
Definitely.
And then also, I was going to ask you also, man, you got any other good stories for us? Because
you
are
brought
a
up JP
storyteller.
Nisby. You brought up JP Nisby.
Yes.
That's funny. That's like my brother. I just saw him for July 4th.
Oh, okay.
If you guys don't know, he's a chef now. He's an all-around chef. He spent some time down in Dallas learning how to butcher a cow.
Oh, okay.
So he's worked in high-end restaurants, and then he took a couple months off to go down to Texas just to learn how to butcher a cow.
That's awesome.
So he stayed on the farm and everything. But we met up in San Diego. So this has to do with natural disasters as well, since we have a hurricane today that changed our field location. So we're in San Diego, and we're going to a movie. We like to go see movies, me and JP. We went to go see Midsummer, which is a crazy movie. Go and check that out. But we're in this movie theater on the 3rd floor in San Diego. All of a sudden, our chairs start to shake. We start shaking a little bit. And JP looks at me in the dark and goes, dude, are we in an earthquake? I grabbed all my crap in the popcorn, and I ran out that movie theater so quick. I'm a Midwest guy. I can't deal with the earth shaking, no. And I can't swim. So all I'm thinking about is the ocean's going to come up now. Here comes a big wave. It's over for Chuck Hayes. I'm not here today.
Midwest meaning Colorado?
Colorado and Missouri.
Okay, Missouri.
Okay,
as well.
I'm dealing with hailstorms and tornadoes, but the earth moving, I can't deal with that. I freaked out.
Yeah.
And people were looking at me. I ran out the movie theater, and I'm looking down, 3 stories down, and people are just Da-da-da-da,
I think
da-da-da.
there's like an age. I don't know what the age is. It's probably like between 13 and 14, where if you're younger than that and you've been in an earthquake, it doesn't really affect you that much.
Oh,
But if
man.
you're past that age and you've hit your first earthquake, then it hits you hard and it messes with your reality a lot.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
After that movie, we went back to the hotel. We didn't go out. I was just waiting for my flight to get out of San Diego.
Now, so the earthquake was more disturbing than Midsummer, because I heard that movie was messed up, dude. Did you ever go back and see it?
I saw the movie. I took my girlfriend to that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard it was messed up. I just read the synopsis because I'm not a big horror movie guy, to be honest with you.
It's not a horror movie. It's like the ultimate breakup movie. Ultimate breakup
That's
movie.
hilarious after reading the synopsis.
That's what it is. It's what it is.
That's a
Well,
good way
Chuck,
to
we'll have
summarize
to bring you in once a week to do movie reviews, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Or we can get you a weekly call with JP Nisby. You guys could do a. When's
I'm
he going to
sure-
be in town, man? That's
You know
what we got to
I don't
find
know.
out.
You know, Doug, unfortunately, he just got released, so you might see those guys around town.
Okay.
You know, they might be here for a weekend or two.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Well, we're trying to get the word out. So likewise, we're going to plug your YouTube channel, C Hayes 5, and you plug ours, man, because we got to get the word out to all the Bronco alumni,
Oh, let's do it.
all of them.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and I think you said this, Jason, but this show is, Chuck, this show is based around the community. It's here for you guys to come in. It's here for you guys to tell your story. We have a famous saying that, football players are people, and they have other interests outside of
Oh,
football.
yes,
so
for sure.
we're here to highlight, the good things that you guys do in the community and, the legacies that you guys build here. So that's basically a big part of what we're trying to do down here.
We got some guys that we can bring on here. There's some guys that still live in this neighborhood. The guys don't live too far from here, so I think those guys are going to start showing up here.
I like it. We are taking. We still have a few more spots to book in the middle and end of the season. So get at us. I mean, DM, Facebook Messenger. My phone number is on our Facebook page. You can get at me that way. We're here for you guys, and
We also
trying-
want to reiterate that it's not only for ex-football players, any alumni, any sport, any story you have from Boise State, come on down. We'll put you on the show. It's really for you guys. It's your time. You can talk about whatever you want.
When can we get the gymnasts on this show? I know the gymnasts are out here.
yeah.
I know they are out here. I know some of them are moms right now, but I know they are out here in the Boise area. Where
Well,
are you guys?
I'm very interested, and I've talked with former wrestler Jesse Brock, who runs the fight gym, Combat Fitness, downtown now. A lot of those guys are MMA fighters now and are coaching MMA fighters, and that's big in the Valley.
Yeah.
We have Front Street Fights that goes on about once every 2 or 3 months, and I love going and watching the fights, and we'd love to have those guys on too. So anybody knows a wrestler or knows we still got to wait a few years to have baseball players on, but we're going to be looking into those guys too. But we got wrestlers, we got tennis, cross country, we track, anything. Anybody wants to come on, we'll talk to you. We will talk
You
to
know,
you.
it'd be a great show is trying to figure out top 5 athletes from BSU
Oh,
with all
man.
sports. Because, I mean, you got a girl named Lindsey Vaughn, used to be a gymnast, and she's a top CrossFitter in the nation.
Yeah.
Well,
Ooh, so that's a
Allie
question.
Ostrander, the track
Crossfitter.
athlete.
Yeah,
Yeah, she just
Ostrander,
turned
yeah.
pro. Yeah, she left early to turn pro. So
You trying to be the best at working out, Chuck?
You know, I try to be, but I just love sandwiches.
Yeah.
I just love them.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
love sandwiches too. Man, have you had that fried chicken sandwich at Tin Barrel?
You know, the only fried chicken sandwich I want to try right now is the Popeyes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just got to see what the fuss
sold
is about.
out, right? Till
Yeah.
September.
Sold out. Then I heard it wasn't actually being sold in Idaho, only in pilot states. I don't know if that's true or not.
I believe it.
I just know the Popeyes down the street on Broadway is closed down, so I guess we're not really big Popeyes fans here.
Hey, you got ex-teammates all over the country. They could overnight you a sandwich easily from any one of those test locations.
You would think so, right?
Well, hey, I guess you find out who your friends really are if you ask them to FedEx you a sandwich.
That reminds me of a story when we went down to Ohio. The security guys would sneak out and go get us White Castle after dinner. They would bring it to our room, like, here you guys go, bag of 20 sandwiches from White Castle. Oh,
Greasy,
delicious, yes.
Little grease bombs.
They weren't by any chance fans of the other team, were
I
they?
think-
Oh, no, this was our security.
Oh, okay. This is.
I think it's a little known fact that those extra treats is what really gives you that ability to dig deep on game day.
Oh, definitely.
We were down in Fresno State that year. We beat them. And everybody's mom brought him In-N-Out Burger, and it
Boom.
was like a feast. And we came out and smashed them. So
You know,
it's
That's
a
what it
proven
is. It's the
tactic.
secret.
Yeah.
it's the secret to winning.
Key to the game. They got to get a
Yeah,
a
they
restaurant coordinator for the away games.
Yes. When down to Southern Miss, you gotta
Oh,
get the
it's like-
greens and mac and cheese.
It's like Broncos have effectively taken
There we go.
Florida State territory.
Play action.
Oh, he looks confident in the pocket there. He
He
threw
does.
the ball away. That was good. Good move on his part.
7-0 right now in Florida State.
Well, what do you think, Jason? Should we let Chuck get back to his game viewing? Should we?
Yeah, I
wrap
think
this
we're
up?
we're gonna try to limit the shows to around an hour this year to help you guys listen to them easier.
One and two. I think we're going to try to do the shows obviously a couple hours before game time in the future, but the 10 o'clock start kind of really tied our hands.
Yeah, so we'll be up and hopefully posted before game time.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Oh, getting
man.
it.
All right.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he runs hard.
Yes.
Well, I guess before we go, I'd like to thank our in-studio guest here, Chuck Hayes. I'd like to thank Chris Rix for calling, a little insight to Florida State football, and also Ellis Powers, our man on the scene. We really appreciate it. He really kind of took us on the field and the atmosphere there.
In studio, Chuck Hayes. Can't thank you enough for showing up on short notice. This game time did affect our programming, our guests, but not our programming. Thanks to Bronco alumni like Chuck coming down and giving back to the show, so we can give back to you guys. I think that's really going to be a focal point this year. Is the what's it called? Graciousness or gratuity or
Yeah,
the
just
word
be
I'm
grateful
thinking of.
and
Being thankful.
and yeah,
just being
community
thankful
minded.
and
Yeah.
giving back. Yeah.
And I do want to thank you guys because I do know this takes a lot of time and effort to put this all together. A lot of time and hours that people don't see. And I can't wait to see you guys grow more. I'm here to help
yeah.
you guys out. So let's
Thank
do
you,
it.
Chuck.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Okay,
Chuck.
I want to just say a quick list of shout outs and thank yous to people that did help make this happen. First and foremost, I got to thank my new wife. I got to
Hey.
thank my new daughter, Kennedy, my
Okay.
daughter, Ruby, my mom and dad, Daniel and Jeannie Turner, Ross, Kelly, Scott Burney, John Hanigan, his wife, Sarah, his kid, John, all the families, all the people that have given us their support. I mean, it's been insane when you ask your wife to cover for you while you go do a podcast at a bar and she says, yeah. I mean, that's a good woman right there.
Yeah.
So we really lucked out in that regard, and we're happy to come down here, and we just want to give back to the community and let everybody know what it's all about to be a Bronco. And
Can I throw some thank yous in there too?
Oh, please do.
I'd like to thank Jason Gordon, everybody at the Capitol High School football production yesterday to let us kind of take a little insight, get in the booth with them. I also like to thank Brett Battostain on the Eavesdrop podcast. He's been very helpful to us, a lot of questions. That's a good podcast. You guys should check it out. Anything else you want to add, Jason? Chuck?
Thank you to my beautiful girlfriend for letting me come out this early. I think she's actually doing a beer Olympics right now, so got the thumbs up to come out here.
All right, that being said, go Broncos.
Yes,
All
go
right, go
Broncos.
Broncos.
We'll catch you next time, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
And we'll be here Friday for the Marshall game.
Ticket giveaway.
Leave work early.
Bronco Legends.
One for the snap.
Selfies all day. Good night.
Well, it's more. Good morning.
Oh, yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.